Good evening, everyone. For those of you listening, watching anywhere besides Florida, New England, or in the New York area, you might not know who Tom Coughlin is. But if in Jacksonville, Florida, the Boston College area, or the Tri-State area, you'll know Tom Coughlin from either being the head coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the head coach of the football team for a time at Boston College, or for being intrinsically linked to not two, but 4 Super Bowl victories for the New York Giants. 2 of them in the late 80s, early 90s with Bill Belichick under Bill Parcells. They were both assistant coaches at the same time. And then later in 2007 and 2011, coaching the New York Giants solo. And he had a tremendous focus on detail and excellence. And he was well known for telling his players that if they weren't 2 minutes early to their meetings, they were going to be considered late. He was a disciplinarian. He was considered, to some degree, draconian in the enforced rules that he would put on his players and on his teams. But the results paid off. And as a New York area expat, I can tell you that a lot of people believe that it's really his general manager who torpedoed the team for years under his leadership, and that with better players, he would have created a better team. And that's up for debate. In our Parashat this week, Parashat Emor, we have the instruction from Hashem to not offer an animal on the altar in the Mishkan or the Beis Hamikdash, in the tabernacle or temple, respectively, that was blemished in any way. Don't give God your crippled animals, your sick animals, your dying animals as an offering. Give God the best. And I think a lesson that we can take from here is the idea that we are supposed to bring our A game to our observance of the Torah and the mitzvos and our relationship with God. We shouldn't be giving God, second best, third best. We should be giving God the best that we have to offer. When we're making a celebration, we shouldn't offer, things that we bought on sale just because we bought them on sale and we wanted to save a buck. We should be offering and bringing the best that we have to offer to demonstrate to God that the mitzvah that we are doing is important. Let's not get the last esrog that's left just because it's the last esrog and the guy is trying to give it away for $5. Let's make sure that we invest in a beautiful esrog, for example. Then the parsha continues shortly thereafter, and it discusses the section of the respective offerings for each holiday. So these are the offerings for Pesach, these are the offerings for Yom Kippur, and so on and so forth. And I think that the idea that these two sections are relatively close by to each other can teach us a very important lesson. Shavuos is coming up in a few weeks. Let's not make Shavuos an afterthought. Shavuos is a holiday. It's one of the 3 Shalosh Regalim. It's one of the 3 main festivals that the Jewish people traditionally would come from around the world and from around the land of Israel to come visit Yerushalayim, to visit Jerusalem, and to bring an offering to invest and celebrate the holiday together with the entire Jewish people. It was quite a sight to behold. But Shavuos, it's just a 2-day thing, in Israel. It's only 1 day. It's not a big deal, right? Wrong. If Hashem told us that this is an important time of year to commemorate and to experience, then we need to bring our A game to our holiday observance and to our holiday enjoyment. We need to bring our A game to Shavuos. That's why we're talking about it a few weeks in advance. Get a nice menu. Find the best cheesecake recipe. Test them out ahead of time to make sure that the cheesecake recipe that you're planning to use for Shavuos is the one that is the most delicious and, there's to die for. Right? If you die for it ahead of time, you probably went a little too far. Right? So maybe dial it back a little bit. But make sure that you have, nice meals. And make sure that you're planning How am I going to celebrate Shavuos in a meaningful and an authentic way? Judaism is about bringing our A game, to invest our best in our relationship with God, to maximize the mitzvah at hand, the time at hand, and our lives as best as we can. Have a great day.